That's how you start a talk. We got Nate flowing now, you know. We have a pretty good crowd right now. Let's say we had 10 people right now. I know it's more. But when I start this talk, 3 of you would be wanting me to make you laugh, right? There's going to be probably another 3 who want to get inspired. There's going to be probably the 3 on the back who are waiting for some statistic I give them, right? There's always going to be one who's just waiting for me to finish and leave the place. And it doesn't matter which one of those you are, because I took the task of getting a little bit of everything into my talk so you can feel entertained. You know, and I get people all the time that tell me, why do you spend so much time in your talks? And I tell them, it's not a talk. It's a life which is going to be changed by my talk. It's a person who's going to go out to change the world. And so the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna bring the chiropractic philosophy through a man that left an enormous legacy through his movies, Robin Williams. And I chose Williams because a lot of his greatest speeches, they reflect our philosophy and the principle that we stand for. So in 1998, in the movie Patch Adams, he's standing in front of a judge and a jury, and he's explaining what it means to be a doctor. And he says, you treat a disease, you win or you lose. But you treat a patient and you'll win no matter what the outcome. I don't know about that. When I heard that, and by the way, I saw Patch Adams like 2 weeks ago. You know, so I heard that it reminded me of Didi. When Didi discovered chiropractic, he thought he had found a cure for deafness. And it wasn't the case. He had found something more. So he started treating that patient, sometimes winning, sometimes losing. But then he discovered something innate. And now, all of a sudden, he started winning with every patient. And you know what's funny about this? Who would have thought that Didi has so much to do with Robin Williams, right? So, a year after Patch Adams' release, Robin Williams plays a role in Bicentennial Man. And he plays the role of a robot in this movie, but not a regular robot. A robot with feelings, passion, understanding, a heart. Something that humankind has lost in these days, right? So, he goes into a movie, he's pursuing all of his life to be acknowledged by society as a human instead of a machine. So, in one of the scenes, he's standing in front of the judge again, and he tells them, I want to legalize my marriage with this woman I deeply fell in love with. And the judge tells him, well, the only way we can make that possible is if you lose your immortality. Become immortal like each one of us. And so look at this love for his wife that he arranges to grow old and arrange his death. And at the end of the movie, in the last minutes of the movie, he says, he's in front of the jury again, and he's very old. And this part of the movie is one of the greatest scenes I've seen in my movie history, you know. I saw that and I was crying in my bed. I just couldn't hold my tears. I was with Rosanna, it was horrible. And this, he stands in front of the jury and he says, I could live forever as a robot. But I tell you all today that I'd rather die a man than live for eternity as a machine. I don't know about that, but that gets me goosebumps, you know. And it reminded me of so many people that go through life just existing, and they're pill after pill, and they're surgery after surgery, and they exist. That's it. And they realize at the end of their lives that they have lived, they have been delaying the process of life. Sucks. And enough of that. The next story I want to tell you is about my dad. It's not about Robin Williams. My dad is the person I love the most. And he sees himself as a healthy man, even though he's been suffering from dizziness since the moment he was born. And I don't know about you guys, but the dream of every student is that their parents get adjusted, right? So he comes to me a few months ago. He tells me, I'm ready for chiropractic care. That was like a boom. Oh my God. So I took him to the chiropractor. He receives the greatest adjustment. The greatest adjustment that time, space, innate, everything could provide. A week later, he feels amazing. He goes to the Bahamas on a boating trip. He doesn't get a slight symptom of dizziness. I don't know about you. And probably dizziness and nausea may sound stupid for us or insignificant. Let's get the big idea. You know, the bonding time between me and my dad was when we used to go fishing and boating. And I tell you all today that I'm so excited. I'm anxious to see him again and just tell him, you know, Dad, get ready because we're going boating today and we're going fishing. To put the principle on the test, right? And what I want to go with all of this is that the role of the chiropractor is not to treat a disease. It's not to treat deafness or dizziness or nausea. It's not to bring people back from the dead even though it happens. That's the role of medicine, because they see man as a machine made of parts which break down over time, and we just got to go in there and take that part out and put another part back. We don't treat disease. We take care of people. We take care of a person, of a man, by removing that subluxation that makes man less. That subluxation that diminishes the thoughts that make him extraordinary. The actions that make him powerful. That subluxation that diminishes the spirit within. And then comes a man, removes that subluxation, and you improve the quality of that patient, just like it happened to my dad. No, I'm just thinking that that's what I'm gonna be doing in the future gets me freaking excited. I don't know about you. Does it get you excited? I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just knowing that I'm gonna be there for a baby when he opens his eyes, it gets me excited. And just as excited, I know I'm gonna be there in the last breaths of a person when they're transitioning to the next life. How much time do I have? 2 minutes, okay. One more story. My great-grandmother, she's been in bed for 10 years with her eyes closed. And I'm not supposed to adjust, but I do it anyways. I can do it against the law, with the law. And I told my grandmother, you know what, we're going to go to my great-grandmother and we're going to take her out of the bed and I'm going to adjust her because I don't like to see her like that, and I want Nate to feel good and tell her we're done with this and we're going to leave and transition to somewhere else. And I couldn't do it, and she passed away in 2 weeks, and I said, I'm going to do it when I go out and practice. And think about all the people that live subluxated in that deathbed, and their innate is just waiting to transition, and it's just trapped in that body. And then comes a man, one man, delivers an adjustment, the best adjustment that time, innate, and space can provide. And innate is free, that person transitions, you're done. That's the beauty of what we do. We connect that spirit with that physical through an adjustment. Thank you guys.